Welcome to Candy's Homestead. I'm Donna. I'm here just for a few minutes to share in the fact that in the aftermath of Tropical Storm Debby, we did fine. We have some standing water in the ditches, not a big deal, that's what they're there for. We did have plans to have some new culverts put in at the end of our driveway down there. DOT was going to do it last week. With the storm coming, they never made it, but we're widening our driveway and putting in longer culverts, which would carry this water a lot better than what's there. So the pipe is still there waiting. It would have been nice if it had been done before this storm, but hey, it's what happens. They didn't make it out. Overall, we did really good. I have just a few minor limbs and leaves down everywhere. Not a big deal. I mean, so many other people got it far worse than we did. I have some cleanup to do for sure. This is our ditches. And then there's some leaves and debris, but nothing important was damaged. Nothing at all that I can see. The winds are still gusty here and there, but the last big rain band pulled out maybe an hour ago, and the sun is coming out. And this kind of stuff right here is the majority of what I have to deal with. The only thing damaging, which, I mean, it was due to be replaced anyways, are the tarps that are out there on the chicken coop. They're kind of ripped, shredded, destroyed. Not a big deal. New tarps will cure that problem. I'm going to walk around to the back of the goat yard and check on my fence, but I don't see anything that is damaged that is, you know, heartbreaking. I've got some tomato limbs here that are blown over. That's not major. My peppers back there did fine. I mean, things are whipped around a little bit, you know, but that's to be expected from a lot of wind and heavy rain. But everything seems to have held up. We are flooded on the property in areas, but it's not, I mean, it's bad enough I can't mow for a while, but it's going to go down quick. There are a lot of places that flooded several feet. We're just a couple of inches, so I'm grateful that that's all we had. Out back where my goats are, that's pretty flooded. They don't like it. They don't generally come out much. The yard is flooded and the grass is super high. I wasn't able to mow before the storm because we've had rain for 4 or 5 days leading up to the storm, and it was just too wet to get out here. And all it takes is a little bit of rain to make this grass grow. It grows for nothing. So this is the goat pen from the backside. We got a lot of water here. I'm just looking around to make sure none of my fencing has fell. Some of the goat fence is sagging. It'll be all right till it dries a little and I can get out here and straighten it up. The heavy rains always makes this electric net sag, so I'll have to straighten that up, but I won't bother with it right now because there's where the posts are at is about as solid as it can be under the circumstances, but I will have to move them around and steady up all of the posts. But right now there really is nowhere to move these posts and get them to stand up, so I won't mess with what's going on here. Walking all through here, this is just sopping wet. overall, we came out on the better side of the deal because so many people did have severe flooding. They called for 8 to 12 inches in our area of rain. And I don't know how much we got. We did get a lot, but I'm not sure really just the amount. Now, my pool, I had to come out here in the rain and flood that pool off several times because it was about to overflow. I just backwashed, pumped it out to waste to get the water down a little bit, and I had to do that in the rain. But we got off really easy, and it breaks my heart to see all of the areas north of us that got it so bad. I mean, feet of water, a lot more damaging winds than what we got. I mean, it was bad enough. I really wouldn't want anything worse. We've been through a lot of hurricanes in our area. It's not something that we're not used to. This was just a tropical storm, but I don't like any of them. Just every plant that I still have living has done fine. I expected this one to turn over because a summer wind has turned it over and broke the back side of it back here. But this one held up as well. We have a few limbs out of some of our oak trees, small limbs that were broken, and a couple of small ones out of my pecan tree. But I don't have anything but minor cleanup to take care of, and I'm so grateful because anybody who's watched any of my recent videos, they know that I've had a hard time getting out and doing anything anyways because of knee problems I've been having. And I've been doing a slow go of trying to play catch up now that I'm feeling a little bit better. And in the past, when we've had hurricanes, there's been, you know, trees, limbs, so much downed on our property that it, you know, needed a crew to come and clean it up. And I'm so glad that that's not the case this time. I mean, it's just some raking, some mowing. I have a bagger. It's a sweeper actually that will pick up most of these limbs that I hook up to the back of my mower. I'm not going to go out to the garden out there because there's areas in that garden that every time we get heavy rains, ant mounds pile up everywhere and I end up with them on me. But for the most part, the garden is fine. It's just overgrown for my lack of ability to get out there and tend to things. But there's a tomato plant right there. It's two actually. That one's doing fine. There's a tomato plant. I can't get my fingers oriented. There's one out there. That's okra in that tall box there. I mean, everything's doing fine. Just needs some cleanup. It's still very gusty out here. Very, very gusty. I don't really like being under these trees when it's gusting this bad. But I just wanted to come on real quick and share in the fact that we, on our property, did fine. No damage. We did endure dozens of tornado warnings that kept popping up last night, emergency warnings on our phones and on our TVs, and that's a little unnerving. Most of them did not touch down. A few did touch down, but they were confirmed tornadoes in our area, and we don't generally have a lot of tornadoes or any warnings at all. So that was unnerving to go through that in the wee hours of the night, and it was literally all night long. But this storm is pulling out and moving north of us and going up the coast, and it'll be out of here really soon. It's mostly out of here for us anyways, just some straggling bands that are lingering, but for the most part, the breeze feels good, but it is a bit gusty. So I will let you go at that. I just wanted to share the fact that we came off lucky, unlike many other people, and I'm sorry for all the other situations north of us. I know there's a lot of flooding just a little bit north of us. Even in our same county, there's some horrific flooding and a lot more damage, and I hate it for those people. My heart breaks for them. And of course, following all the way up the coast, that before it got to us, there was a lot of damage there too. I hate that. I'm glad this thing is pulling out, and I hope everybody north of us, as it goes up to the higher states, I hope it's nothing more than a rain event for them. That's basically what it was for us on our side of the storm. It was just a rain event and some wind. It wasn't really that bad. Y'all take care, and I will see y'all on the next video. Bye-bye.